Welcome to my video on utilities inside of Windows. The first one that I'll be going over is dxdiag. This allows a user to see their system specs. It also allows the user to see their services when they boot up their computer. They can change what services boot up on their computer. They can also change what services are run at the moment, like Task Manager can. It's a really useful tool if you want to see what specs you've got inside your computer without having to refer back to the place where you bought it, or outsourcing other kinds of other programs like CPU-Z and stuff like that. The next utility I'll be going over is msconfig. This allows a user to get into safe mode and do all sorts of stuff. Like, it allows them to see what kind of services are currently available, like dxdiag and like Task Manager. dxdiag can only show you your system monitor and sound specs, like what their performance are. It can't allow you to end tasks like Task Manager or see what current things are available. That's msconfig. msconfig allows you to see your boot services, your current services, what tasks are being run by your processor, etc, etc. You can also launch it into smart mode, safe mode even. The next utility I'll be going over is defragmentation. This will strip the hard drive of any unuseful parts that you have. It will analyze the drive, it will send you feedback on what it's found and what's not needed, and then it will ask you if you wish to delete them to get more storage or clear up the hard drive speeds. It can be useful if you're finding that you've got an older computer and it's starting to get a bit laggy, or it's starting to not perform as well as it once did, but at the same time it's not needed. It's helpful, don't get me wrong, but if you don't know what you're doing, you don't really need to. You can download programs such as Advanced System Care 8 or 9, and that has a built-in defragger that'll do it all for you. There are other programs that'll do this as well. Now, this is the part of the video that needs some explaining. Since I can't use VirtualBox on my home PC, I had to do it through my own. This is the next one. This is what I will be currently doing, setting up a system restore point. This is done to allow yourself a backup of sorts. So if your computer fails, or you get a virus, or you get something that you're not sure of, you can always revert back to a previous save of your system. It's useful for people that are downloading stuff that they shouldn't be, and it's also useful for people that are just uncertain if their computer's safe, or if they will ever need to go back to a previous save because they've messed up something in their systems or their BIOS or something along the lines of that. It does take a while depending on your storage, how many gigabytes you're currently using on your hard drive, but it is very useful if you know how to do it. I'm showing in the video how to find a system restore point after you've currently made one. My next utility is safe mode. Safe mode you can get to by launching msconfig. Safe mode is useful to a user because it allows them to start the computer up in a different way that's not than the normal way. It allows the user to it allows the user to be cautious if they're uncertain about their computer. It also allows the user to enter into the command prompt while they're inside of the main part of the computer. The next utility I'll be talking about is disk cleanup. This is a very useful one. It's kind of like the defragmentation tool. What this does is it'll clean your hard drive again, but this clears out all of the junk files that you don't need. As you can see on the screen, I had 118 gigabytes in my recycling bin that I haven't gotten rid of. This tool has gotten rid of all of it for me, and it's very easy and very quick to use. It will take a while depending on how much storage you've currently got to get rid of, but if it isn't that much, or as much as I had, it shouldn't take as long. It took me about 5 minutes to get rid of all of it because of how much I had, but that's because it had to go through different folders to find all of the files that it had to delete. It is very useful if you want to easily get rid of unwanted storage that you currently have, and at the same time, I think it's much faster than having to go through all your folders and finding it all yourself. The next tool I'll be talking about is MD Shed. This allows the computer to perform a memory diagnostics, which will go through your memory and see if anything's wrong. It does require a restart, so I haven't been able to do it. It also allows you to set up a different time and date if you want to do it at a different time. It's quite useful. This is a screenshot of what it does. It will just go through the computer and scan through all the memory and tell you if it's fine. The next tool I'll be talking about is creating a new backup point. This is different from the one I've previously done in this video, because this will actually be stored on it'll be stored on the hard drive and it'll be accessible by anyone. It's more of a secure way, I'd want to say, than the previous version, because you create it yourself instead of just setting up a restore point. A backup will store every single file that you currently have on your computer instead of a restore point where it will just take you back a few months. The backup, it stores everything, all of your files, all of your gigabytes, so it's recommended to have an external hard drive if you're going to do this. The final thing I'll be talking about in this video is ease of access. This is setting up a computer so it makes it easier for disabled people or people with disabilities or people that have problems when it comes to seeing or hearing. As you can see, I'm messing around with the on-screen keyboard and the magnifier. I also turn on the narrator, but because I'm commentating over this, you might not be able to hear it, unfortunately. Something that's really good about this is you can change the contrast and zoom in and zoom out, and it's really accessible for anyone if you've got the problems. So I think that there are multiple options out there if you do want to use computer but you do have impairments. This has been my video on Unit 2.2 utilities. Thank you for watching.